So welcome back, and if you're coming back, and welcome if it's your first time. Having doubt, rejection, and shame can have a profound impact on our emotional and psychological well-being. Most of us in general have undergone all these through our journeys in awakening, and these are what triggered us in the first place to awakening. And usually it's all because we were dealing with toxic people. You, for one, many times experienced that doubt, rejection, and shame with several toxic people who always made you feel as if you didn't know what to think of or how to feel for anything, and they thought they had a right to tell you what to do and what not to do, as if you didn't have a mind to think for yourself. Unfortunately, what you dealt with was mostly passive, narcissistic kind of persons who did not have the guts to show their true selves right in front of your face. They always did their manipulations in secrecy and sneakily in such a way that they left you confused to the extent that you end up not knowing the difference between reality and fantasy. And you were always made to doubt what you always knew to be true. They made you doubt yourself and what you know. They rejected your truth and tried to implement their fantasy onto you so that you would be the image that they had on their mind. All they wanted was just to control you so that they could have a free punching bag whenever they wanted, knowing very well that they had brought you to a state whereby you would feel guilty for any truthful, sincere reaction towards them, thinking that they were doing everything for your own good, and you were made to think that they knew better, and that's called gaslighting. But no, it wasn't that way. They didn't know better than you. You're the one who knew better, and they were secretly bitter about that. You could see through them, and that was terrifying for them. That is why they kept rejecting you again and again, so that you would always be confused and you won't see them for who they were. They rejected all your truths and you as a whole, so that you would see them as grand people who were supposed to be idolized. They wanted you to cater for their needs and neglect yourself so that you would always feel inferior to them. And that way they could play with you around their little fingers shamelessly with no guilt, because you literally allowed them to do that, sacrificing yourself because you so much wanted them to like you. But God helped you out of all that doubt, rejection, and shame, and He showed you your worth and made you love yourself. Now let's talk about the natures of this doubt and how you can be able to get over such kind of things, and how it really is, the doubts, rejection, and shame. Let's start off with doubt. The nature of doubt often involves a lack of certainty or confidence, which can affect decision-making and self-esteem. It can be self-doubt where individuals question their own abilities or worth, or existential doubt, which relates to larger questions about meaning and purpose. For example, you allowed people to detect what was to be done over all formal procedures that you could have done yourself. This is just an example. But you allowed them to dictate what you should or shouldn't do about anything regarding formal laws. You just allowed yourself to blindly trust whatever they say, thinking that they knew better. Until you realized that you didn't know anything about them, which they refused to share with you. They knew everything about you, but you didn't know some things, or rather probably you knew nothing about them. And the effects to this is that Persistent doubt can lead to anxiety, procrastination, and a feeling of being stuck. It can hinder personal growth and achievements. You wanted to pursue your dreams, but you postponed each and every time and ended up hating pursuing dreams and became what they wanted. To stay ignorant of things. It would have been okay if you made the choice to stay away from your dreams for yourself, but the manipulation just made you resentful about pursuing any dreams. You thought it was not worth it. After all, there was always something or someone stopping you. So in order to overcome doubt, you should have self-compassion first and foremost. Practice being kind to yourself and recognizing that doubt is a common human experience. Don't be too hard on yourself. Forgive yourself and embrace all parts of you, good or bad. It doesn't matter how or what. Just love yourself. Then you can use affirmations. Use positive affirmations to counter negative self-talk and reinforce your strengths. Say, I am worthy, I am successful, I deserve, and I allow and accept all good that comes my way. And then you can have evidence-based reflection on yourself. Look at past successes and gather evidence to challenge irrational doubts. You definitely have something you were successful of. Find that and let it remind you of how it felt so good to be successful. And the other thing which you can do in order to overcome such kind of doubts is ask for professional help. Therapy can be beneficial in addressing deep-seated self-doubt and building confidence. And now therapists even use alternative ways which are more effective, like tapping. Try that. It really makes a difference. Look it up on the internet. It's everywhere. And the second thing which we are going to look up is rejection. The nature of rejection involves the experience of being dismissed or not accepted. Whether socially, professionally, or romantically, it can lead to feelings of worthlessness and exclusion. Remember that one event you were made to feel invisible, and just when someone tries to bring attention to you, they were immediately shut out so that no one would see you. Remember that? Or you put a lot of effort into something, only instead of you being chosen, another was chosen and was given credit for what you had done. I hope this resonates with someone, and I'm sure it does. So the results for this, the effects, is that the impact of rejection can vary, but it often includes hurt feelings, lowered self-esteem, and sometimes a fear of future rejection. So you stop wanting to do anything that will cause attention and recognition, which really delays your blessings. So we need to overcome rejection in order to be able to get our blessings and to accept them into our lives. So the first thing you can do is have a perspective shift in your mind. Reframe rejection as an opportunity for growth or as a sign that something better might be on the horizon. Think of it as a stepping stone to something bigger. It should make you get motivated to get up and continue doing the good that you are doing, knowing that a time will come for you to be rewarded. Or rather, it already is rewarded. You only need to align with your higher self or with your true self. The next thing you can do is have self-worth. Remember that rejection does not define your value or abilities. You are really an amazing being full of talents and gifts to share with the world, and you deserve to show your light for all to see and learn from you. And the other thing which you can do in order to overcome rejection is have a support system. And the support system can consist of you could lean on friends, family, or support groups to provide emotional reinforcement and perspective. There is definitely some person in your life who sincerely applauds you every time you succeed. Just be observant about that. Seek their support by keeping in touch. Don't lose contact. And the other thing which you can do in order to overcome rejection is resilience building. You engage in activities that bolster your self-esteem and resilience, such as setting and achieving personal goals. Boost your self-esteem with activities that make you feel better. Not toxic ones, just pure good intentional activities that you enjoy doing. And the third one, which is shame, which we are going to look up, is that the nature of shame involves a profound sense of inadequacy or unworthiness and is often tied to personal or moral failings. Unlike guilt, which focuses on specific actions, shame is more about the self. You might have felt ashamed when you realized that you made a wrong choice and that you didn't use discernment until it seemed like too late. And you might feel afraid of what people might be thinking about your actions and preference of choice. But so what? Who cares? Really, who cares? Everyone is just busy always thinking of what they are going to do next. No one is really too focused on what you do unless it is just to satisfy their ego when they call you out for something you did, in which you are naturally resilient and you know that that is not what can really break you. You will only get broken when you accept unfair criticism and own the shame which actually does not belong to you. So get up and keep shining and be consistent until you get the results that you want or need. Keep working on yourself. And the results of shame can lead to isolation, low self-esteem, and avoidance behaviors. It may also contribute to mental health issues such as depression or anxiety, and that's why people isolate themselves from other people. So in order to overcome shame, you can start having self-acceptance. Accept yourself. Work towards accepting yourself and your imperfections. Remember that everyone has flaws and makes mistakes. And you can try to be vulnerable. Sharing your feelings of shame with trusted individuals can reduce its power and help you feel less alone and understand that you are not alone. No, you are not alone. And you can try therapy, professional therapy, especially approaches like cognitive behavioral therapy or compassion-focused therapy can help address and reframe feelings of shame. Just look it up in Google. And then you can have mindfulness. Practices like mindfulness and meditation can help you observe and detach from shame-based thoughts and feelings. Do it at least once in a day, and that will really help you out of your feeling shame in any way. And you can have other alternative kind of ways in order to overcome all these things of rejection, doubt, and shame. You might look up holistic. You might have a holistic approach towards it. Addressing these issues often requires a combination of strategies. Building self-awareness, practicing self-compassion, seeking support, and working with professionals can provide a comprehensive approach to overcoming these negative influences. And you can have personal growth. Each of these challenges, doubt, rejection, and shame, presents an opportunity for personal growth and self-discovery. They're just a warning you about something that is wrong with you or something which is out of alignment. Embracing these perspectives can transform these experiences into catalysts for positive change in your life. Navigating these doubts, rejection, and shame involves recognizing their impact and actively working to address and transform them. It's a process that takes time and effort, but can lead to a greater emotional resilience and well-being. And I hope that helps someone. It ended up a bit long, but now you know and understand what you have to do. Because there's someone out there having a whole lot of doubt, feeling of rejection and shame about what they had done. But you are not alone. There are so many millions and millions of people experiencing the same thing. So don't delay. Get up and do your shining. Shine through, because it is possible. Shine so bright and blind your enemies with your light, so that they stop coming after you. Because doubt, rejection, and shame is what they use against you. And if you're not careful and you just surrender to those things, they will defeat you. You will get defeated, and you will not get your blessings. So till next time, much love. Take care and God bless.